Welcome to my channel. People keep asking me in the comments, what is Common Point Immersion? And it's so simple, but yet it's can be very complicated. We are going to do a very simple Common Point Immersion, and then I will build from there. I've done numerous videos on Common Point Immersion on this channel and in my lectures and when I speak. But what I want to do here is I want us to do a Common Point Immersion so you can understand how to connect to Source, you can understand the power of Source, you can understand how you can tap into that power. Very simple. It's all in my book, the Book of Common Point. I want you just to take your hand. Just take your hand. And I want you to just, first of all, it is not meditation. Second of all, it is not mindfulness. It's none of that. It is Common Point Immersion. It's something I developed over the years, which took me many, many years to practice it, do it, to understand the connections that we have to life itself. So I want you to just look at your hand. First, look at my hand. I'll hold it this way. Just look at my hand and study my hand. Just study the hand. Study the lines. Study the veins. And try to look deeper into what you're seeing. Don't just see my hand. Don't just see the end of my fingers. Or don't just see the skin color. Let yourself go deeper and deeper and deeper into that immersion. So as you're looking at my hand, we're going to go and we're going to do it with your hand in a second. As you're looking at my hand, go deeper. As you focus, laser focus on one section of my hand. Let's say my finger. I'm going to do this. Just focus on my finger. What jumps out at you at my finger? What do you see? What do you see immediately? What does your mind and your brain connect to immediately? That's the surface of a Common Point Immersion. That is the surface. That's not the breakthrough, but that's the surface of it. So most likely what you're seeing is my crooked finger because I have arthritis, okay? Now that I told you that, you didn't have to dig and do an immersion to figure it out. But now that you know, that this finger has arthritis in it, you see it a different way. You are viewing that finger a different way. You're seeing a deeper message. You're not just seeing the surface of the finger, the flesh, and the bending in the fingernail. You're seeing the pain in the finger. This is Common Point Immersion. So as you look, I'm going to do my whole hand. As you look at my hand, after you see the detail, the lines, the crookedness, the damage, the fingernails, the veins, after you see after you see the veneer, the cover of everything, and this is the magic, this is the amazing thing about Common Point Immersion. And this will change your life immensely when you understand this concept. I'm going to back up real quick. We as a society don't see deeper anymore. We only see the surface. We only see the skin and the nails and the veneer of the hand. With anything you're looking at, if you're watching a concert, or if you're watching YouTube, something on YouTube, or if you're watching somebody walk, or if you're at work and you're watching somebody working, or if you're looking at something, if you're looking at a tree, if you're looking at a house, we are being conditioned to only see the surface. We are being conditioned to only allow ourselves to see the surface. And technology and AI and everything that is being created in the world is taking away our ability to see deeper. Common Point Immersion and the Common Point philosophy is about seeing things deeper and remaining human. In order to remain human, there must be a deeper meaning to things. There must be a deeper message to things, not just the surface. So back to the immersion as you're looking at my hand. See the deeper message in the hand. Understand the fact that the pain that I'm going through because of my arthritis. Understand the fact that I can't bend my finger all the way. Understand the fact that this comes with age. Excuse me. I'm always drinking soda before I start a video, and then I end up doing that. I apologize for that. But we shall continue. So that is the hand immersion. You can even hear the cracking in my hands as I close my hand. So I want you to do this as a lesson. Just take your hand. I don't care if you look at the palm, this part of your hand, or this part of your hand. Study your hand so you can break the veneer. Study your hand long enough so you break through the surface, the veneer, and you see deeper, the deeper meaning for the hand. What does it do? What is its function? What has it done? What can it do? All that information is in that hand. So let's take it to another level. Let's take it to another level. That's thunder going on outside my room. Common Point Immersion can be used for anything. It can be used for being able to find a job. It can be used to create a better life. It can be used to create a better health. And the main message in Common Point Immersion, like I said, it is not mindfulness, not being mindful of the things. It's not meditation dropping out. It is breaking through the veneer of what's in front of you. It can be your hand. It could be me holding my bunny, or it could be you holding your cat or your dog or your child. Let's say you hold your child in your hand. You have a 2-year-old or a baby or an infant, and you hold it in your hand. This is very obvious in the beginning of somebody's life, in the beginning of a mother and a baby's life. Immersion is very obvious because you can see the mother's energy. You almost can see the mother's energy and the child's energy connect when the mother is holding the baby. You can feel that energy. You can feel that life essence. That is source. That is what I call source. It's life essence, life energy. I don't like using the word energy because it's not an energy, it's an essence. That essence creates energy. So that power, that life essence that the mother sees when she looks at the child, or the child looks up and sees the mother, even though the child can't even talk yet, they are still connecting to each other. They're connecting each other beneath the veneer, beneath the surface of the skin, beneath the surface of what you see. That's life itself. That is life itself communicating to each other. Another good example is if you have a pet, like a cat or a dog, and you connect to that cat or dog on a certain level. You can communicate with that person, that pet on a certain level. That's an immersion. So let's take this to another level. Let's take this to a bigger level than just looking at your hand or looking at a child or looking at your pet. Let's say you want to have an amazing career. You want to flourish, and you pick a subject, and let's say you want to be an amazing artist. You want to be a painter. Let's say you want to be a painter. Let's go with that. You want to be an amazing painter like Michelangelo. If you just go to school and learn the mechanics of painting, that doesn't make you an amazing painter. But if you start to paint and you stop, like with the hand, and the concept of what you want to paint is in your mind, but it's not on the canvas yet, and you're trying to figure out a way to put it on the canvas, Source, as I talk about in my book, will put that image on the canvas for you, through you. Hear me out. So when you're looking at a blank canvas, don't see the blank canvas. Don't go, oh, there's just a blank canvas there. Oh, where do I start? Don't see it that way. Don't look at it that way. That's the way in the Western world we are trained to do that. We are trained to see just the surface. We're trained to just see this, just the veneer of things, not the deeper meaning of things. Everything has a deeper meaning, even that canvas that's in front of you. You have a canvas in front of you, you have a palette on your hand, and you have paints. How do you get the image that you want in your mind on the canvas? To make it look real, how do you do that? By looking at the canvas. I'm not talking about painting a still life. I'm talking about painting something from your imagination or from something you've seen before or a memory of an old house or a memory of a person, your mother or father or uncle, or a memory of a pet like a horse. How do you get that image to be that image, the image that's in your mind on that canvas? You look at the canvas as you would be looking at your hand, and you look deeper into the canvas. You don't see the surface of the canvas. You look deeper into this canvas. As you're looking deeper into that canvas, that square, that muslin, that bare canvas, you will start to see things. You will see the texture of the canvas. You'll see the color of the canvas. The deeper you see that, deeper you focus on that, your mind is now, like AI or like a computer, your mind is now creating the painting. Your mind is now creating the painting to put the surface on that canvas. So when you start, and it will tell you when you start to dip your brush and to start painting, you will paint the image that is in your mind on that canvas. Back to the hand. We, in the Western world, are losing, or will lose, or we are going to lose our ability to create anything, our ability to think critically, our ability to think out of the box, for lack of a better word, our ability to invent. We're going into a phase in our society in the United States, mostly in the United States. We are being conditioned not to think. We're being conditioned not to create. We are being conditioned not to disobey. We're being conditioned not to invent. But You can circumvent that. You can avoid all that if you study Common Point Immersion. You can start with your hand. Okay? Simplest way that you can do it, you can start with your hand. Just look at your hand and say, take 15 minutes a day. Just 15 minutes a day. And I want to make it perfectly clear. This is not meditation. This is not mindfulness. That's all. Mindfulness is bullshit. Okay? It's just mindfulness. It's just telling you to be mindful of things. Well, that's nice. You're a nice person. I'm being mindful. I'm opening a door. It's all, and it's being sold to the public. But immersion, Common Point Immersion, is about you going beneath the veneer of everything. Anything you want to do, to find a better job, to have a better health, have a better relationship, have better thoughts, cleaner thoughts. I don't mean clean as clean. I mean clean as far as clarity, better clarity. So let's use another example of Common Point Immersion. I'm giving you simple examples so you can feel that energy. You can feel that source. If you go to a park, if you go into a park, find a park that's quiet. There's not a lot going on. There's not baseball going on, music going on, kids playing. A quiet place, a serene location. Find a quiet spot, even if it's in your backyard. Find anything of nature, because Common Point Immersion is about connecting to the natural world. By connecting to the natural world, like your hand, it's natural, it's real, organic. If you connect to stuff that's organic, you will feel that source. You will understand that source. So if you go in your backyard and you sit in a chair, pick any living thing. Pick any living thing that you see. It could be a leaf. It could be a bug. It could be the grass. It could be a tree. It could be clouds. It could be a bird. It could be a squirrel. And just focus on that living thing. It could be your cat. But let's say you are just sitting there and you're looking at a patch of flowers. There's a few flowers there in a pot. Flowers in a pot. You can even do this inside. But you're sitting there and just looking flowers, tulips, peace lilies, azaleas, whatever. Just study the flowers in the pot. Like I said, you will see the veneer first. Go beneath the veneer of the flower. If you pick out one flower, just one flower on the whole branch, and just focus, let's say my hand's the flower, just focus on that one flower for 10 minutes or 50 minutes. Don't look at anything. This is not meditation. Meditation is different. Meditation is about dropping out, about being in a Zen space. This is about connecting to source. This is about connecting to the energy of the universe that's made all this. So if you just focus on that one flower, first, you're going to see the veneer, the cover of the flower, the colors, the veins, the shape, the very simple flower. But as you look at it more and more and more, and don't veer away, focus, laser focus, immerse yourself, Common Point Immersion, immerse yourself in looking at that flower. And you will start seeing things you never saw before. You'll see the veins of the flower. You'll see some beads of water. You might see a little bumblebee in the flower. You might see a little bug way in the flower. You might actually see the flower move. because they're moving all the time. They're moving all the time. So hold on for a second. I was having a call come in while I was on the camera. I shut it off. So you can do it with a flower. You can even do it with water. You can do a Common Point Immersion with water. You can sit and look at a puddle of water. Literally a puddle of water that's in the backyard or that's in the driveway, not in the road. Or go if you're at the park and there's a puddle of water. Just study the puddle of water, and first you're going to see the surface of the water and the ripples and what's on top of the water. And then you will start to see deeper into the water. And you start seeing what's in the water. Oh, I saw a fish. I saw a frog. That's Common Point Immersion. So the bigger picture of this is this. Park. Here's the bigger picture of Common Point Immersion. Those are very small immersions. Those are tiny immersions that you can do to understand the process, to understand how this works. And what it does, what Common Point Immersion does, and what mindfulness doesn't do, and what meditation doesn't do, is this. Common Point Immersion makes you aware of things that are in front of you that you can't see unless you look beneath the surface. I'm going to tell you a funny story. It's a funny story. Me and a bunch of guys, I was about 20 years old. Me and a bunch of guys went to a local bar in Clearwater. And there was about 8 of us. And they're all drinking beer, and I'm drinking rum, shots of rum. And this is before I even developed the book or the Common Point Immersion process or philosophy. But I was doing this before I even realized I was doing it. So we're sitting there, and there was another table. There was other tables where there was girls. All right. So my buddy Mike and my buddy Dave and my buddy Steve, they're drinking beer, and I'm looking over there and I'm checking out the girls, and I kind of got eye contact with one girl. I'm going, okay, that's the one. That's the one I want to meet. This is a funny story. So the guys keep getting buckets of beer with all the beers in the buckets with the ice. And I'm drinking rum. I thought, now if I want to meet her, I really need to focus on meeting her. I really need to make a connection with her. Somehow, how am I going to do this? Well, the guys are drinking beer. What happens when you drink beer? You got to go to the restroom every 5 minutes. They constantly going to the bathroom. And I'm sitting there and I'm drinking my rum. And finally I got eye contact with the girl. She kind of looked away and I kind of looked away. I finally got enough courage to get up and go up and ask her to dance. And we danced and we met, and that's how we met. Meanwhile, the guys are still going back and forth to the bathroom because I keep drinking beer. And I got her phone number. And the night went on, and I went back to my table, and she and her girlfriends left. And I sat down, and Mike and Dave and Steve go, "What happened?" I said, "I got her number." "What do you mean you got her number?" "I got her phone number." "How'd you do that?" By focusing on the outcome, by focusing. That was an immersion. That was really basically a Common Point Immersion. I saw beneath the surface. I didn't just see her, just this physical girl sitting there going, oh. I saw me with her. I saw me getting the number. When I saw that in my mind, I said, I'm not going to keep getting it. I'm going to drink something where I don't have to go pee every 5 minutes. I'm going to make this happen. There's a reason I came to this bar, was to meet this person. It wasn't just to hang out with my buddies and get drunk. They were so mad at me. And then it gets better. We go out. We're going out in the parking lot. And and they're going to their cars. And I walk over to her car and I'm leaning over to the window and talking to her. Get a couple of kisses from her. And it worked out great. Got her number. I said, she said, well, make sure you call me. I said, okay, I will. Meanwhile, they're all pissed off. We hate you. Don't hate me. Learn from me. Bunch of idiots. Anyway, back to the knowledge part of this video. I wanted to share that with you. Funny story, which is a true story. At the Ramada, I'll give you the address. The Ramada Inn in Clearwater, Florida, on Gulf to Bay Boulevard, back in 1972 or 3. Giving away my age. So, you can use Common Point Immersion to do anything. You can to get a better job, to have a better relationship, to get a relationship, to find the love of your life, to finish your education. So in a nutshell, Common Point Immersion is connecting to Source. Common Point Immersion is connecting to Source. What is Source? Source is an energy, an entity that is in everything, not just my hand, not just the flower, not just, it's in it's in my shirt, it's in this chair, it's in the soda I keep drinking while I'm doing videos, it's in my book, it's in the sky, it's in the water, it's in everything. Source is an entity that is in everything. It's not an energy, it's an entity. And it creates everything. And when you understand it, you can create anything. And you can get anything you want in your life when you understand this process. So here's a lesson I want you to do. Not just the hand. When you go about your day, tomorrow or the next day, when you see things, I don't care if it's simple as going into the grocery store, looking at oranges, or looking at a watermelon. See beneath the surface of that object, or that fruit, or that person, or that building, or that sky, or that animal, or that tree. Stop. You know the old term, stop and smell the roses? Basically, that's what it is. Stop and take the time to look beneath the veneer of everything in life. And so much will open up for you. You will have an amazing life because you will see things differently. You will see things completely differently. Try this. Once you do it, you'll be hooked. Once you do this, you will be hooked. And you can do it anytime, anywhere. And if you're depressed, or if you're not happy, or if you're sad, or if you're confused, or you're frustrated, take 5 minutes of your day, even if you're at work, and go around the corner, go to your car, and just do an immersion into anything. You can sit in your car. If you're in the parking lot, just look at the tree, look at a squirrel on the tree, look at the bark on the tree. If you don't have any trees, just look at a plant. Look at something alive. Look at something organic. And it will give you that energy, that source energy back to you, because you will see it in a different way than you've always seen it, that you have been trained to see it. We've been trained to see things. We've been trained to only see the surface of things. You must see beneath the veneer. When you see beneath the veneer of anything, you'll have an amazing life. Like what I was saying about when I was in the bar with my buddies, I saw beneath the veneer. I didn't see just being goofy and stupid and being young idiots and just hitting on girls. I saw beneath the veneer. I saw somebody, they saw me, and we had a connection, and I got beneath the veneer and I made a move on it, and I got her phone number. That's how that works. I got to go. Love you guys. Thank you for watching the Book of Common Point. The Book of Common Point. If you want a copy of my book, you cannot buy it anywhere but from me. And if I ever get monetized on this channel, I'll sell it on this channel. But if you want a copy, just email me or just put in the comments, John, I want a copy of your book. I sell them for $40, and I'll figure out a way to get you a book. Also, I have a second channel. I have a comedy channel called Luke W. Warm and the Biscuits. Luke W. Warm and the Biscuits. He's my comedy character that I do, and he's a lot of fun. So go to him and have some laughs. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to that channel and start doing Common Point Immersion. Start small. Start doing Common Point Immersions. Start with your hand. Start with a fish tank. Start with a flower. Start with your cat. Start with your hamster. And give me the results. Chime in on the comment and say, John, I actually could feel the energy between that, what I was doing immersion with. I can actually feel that essence, that life essence, what you call source in your book and what you call source in your videos. I actually could feel that energy. I could feel that source when I did that immersion. And when you do that, you feel that source, it will open up your mind. It will open up avenues in your life you will never realize you had. Do that for me. Have an amazing day. Love you guys. Bye now.